In the past, I've posted several videos on Michael Cohen, Trump's ex-fixer lawyer, to honor his 2018 whole-scale rebuking of his former boss, the Mar-a-Lago troll, a rejection he has continued to voice through his entertaining podcast called Mea Culpa. If you look through those videos, you will hear my explanation on an astrology pattern I've identified loosely as things work really well until they don't. And the reference is to the necessity of dynamic aspects between people because even though such challenging planetary angles threaten discord and ultimately bad outcomes, they are nonetheless very important in the construction and maintenance of any productive relationship since they provide the excitement that brings people together, especially when they're seeking to embark on a quest to change or create something important. I'm pretty sure Cohen was born post 8 a.m. or so because the moon is in Sagittarius until 7:37 a.m., but since he got himself in hot water with the law in the spring of 18, with Saturn roaming in the early degrees of Capricorn, I'm surmising this is a valid astrological correlation, and once you put the moon in early Capricorn, you put it in contact with the Orange Menace axis Hollywood T, which is where a lot of Trump's initiatives but also catastrophes dwell. And if Cohen once got along with him just fine via that Jupiter conjunction to Trump's 12th sign Saturn-Venus conjunction, by the time he turned against him, the Jupiter was functioning more as a light on that persistent criminality Trump expresses that 12th sign through. And perhaps most telling is Cohen's Uranus-Pluto conjunction, which for years functioned as a stimulant protecting Trump's money and reputation. But once you see that it is squaring Donald's Sun and Moon, you know that it's also possible there will be a day when the wheels will come off, as in fact they did, when in 2018, Saturn triggered Cohen's Moon and Trump's axis Hollywood T at the same time, and transiting Neptune was opposing Cohen's Virgo planets and squaring Trump's Sun and Moon at the same time. In any case, Michael, through his podcast, has continued to express himself regularly and often viciously against the criminal ex-president. And if you think I'm rough on the Orange Menace, take a listen to what Michael says in his most recent podcast. I will warn you in advance that the content is explicit and the expletives are unfiltered, so if you prefer to avoid hearing it, this is the place to stop the video and just take away the astrological message. If not, then here it is.
That when the Senate Judiciary Committee released its bombshell 394-page report yesterday, they outlined how the former president pressured the DOJ a stunning 9 fucking times to undermine and ultimately overturn the election, of course, in his favor.
9 times.
9 times.
A Senate report detailing 9 times the then president pressured top Justice Department officials to overturn President Biden's legitimate victory.
That's no isolated incident or an example of a president thinking outside the box. It's the actions of a treasonous fucking shitbag in the act of sedition.
So was that harsh, vulgar, brutal? Yes. However, I cannot disagree with the assessment because it is totally clear to me that this man is indeed a seditious traitor who needs to be brought to account.